So when we talk about digital storytelling for organizations, okay, this is the simplest and easiest way for me to point you in the direction of foundation for digital stories. And that's what this is. So with all stories that we're creating in our current age, in this new economy, essentially what we're trying to do, when you boil it all down to the basics, is we're trying to create a space of curiosity within the viewer, okay? And the reason that we use the word spark is because we think of a story as a pilot light, right? That lights the gas stove essentially so you can actually start cooking and you've got something to work with. So that's how we consider it, okay? This is the foundational point for digital storytelling, okay? So here's what some clients and some organizations say to me when I tell them this. They say, hey Jace, that's really fantastic and everything, but how do I find my own stories? How do I source that? Because this is great information, but how do I source that? And in July of this year, Carolyn O'Hara wrote a post for the Harvard Business Review, and she tackles this point very well, and I support it. I really like it. And one of the things that she says is that organizations must mine, as in mining for coal, you must mine your experiences on a daily basis. Okay? This is the beginning portion of identifying stories for your organization. Okay? That's the first thing that she says. Okay? The second thing that she says is, she says, once you have mined your organization for those personal experiences, you then have to ensure that you personalize that experience for your viewer. Okay? So you have to continue the human aspect of what we're talking about here. So you've got to start with the human feeling of the experience, and you've got to communicate with the human feeling of experience. Okay? And one of the favorite things that I love that Carolyn says is, she says in this particular article, and we've got it cited in our references, she says that if you have a story that does not have struggle, it's just not that great. And that's the truth. You have to have stories that are transparent. If you open yourself up to transparency, you open yourself up to being a human being, being viewed from the outside in, and we all have struggles. That's something that we can all relate to. And that's precisely how human beings perceive stories and work with stories. They relate through their own lens of understanding the world, through their own personal experiences. Okay? Make sense?